Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is April 9th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today I'm going to do the reselling news, but I got a couple of topics I want to go over. I'm going to put my glasses on to read it because like I said, my handwriting is very small. So I got eBay launches a new program called Upfront. Does listing more mean selling more? Or, basically, is this a science to this, right? And the other one is selling on eBay, myths and facts, and dealing with a low ball offer. That's coming up, folks. Stick around. Okay, before we get started, I just want to talk a little about how I got to find out about this new program that eBay is coming out with. And it comes from Auction Bites, and it was posted on my Facebook group 13 hours ago. And it goes on to say at the top here, this is a screenshot of it. I just took a snippet of it. It says, Head of eBay America's Jay Hansen explains eBay Upfront, a new program that gives new sellers in select cities the opportunity to meet with eBay employees face to face. And the title, eBay Upfront, your sales, your success, your city. People have written in there, and these are some of the comments I just kind of like blotted out their names, but this is me. And I said over here, I think, here's what I wrote. I think no matter what eBay does, it's not going to make a difference. What for? This is some other topics people wrote. What for? Instead of lying to us on the phone, they will just lie to our face. Does anyone use eBay? Yes. And then I got the other window here. I don't know why it came up so big. It says like eBay does all this extra stuff to say, hey, look, guys, we're doing stuff while completely ignoring the important concerns sellers have been calling, email, messaging, and posting about nonstop. None of this will matter if eBay doesn't start listening to sellers. But anyway, so I went with this information here. I went to that site. Okay, here we are. The website is e-commerce bites, and if you want to check it out for yourselves, it's www.ecommercebytes.com. It goes on to say eBay launched a seller program called eBay Upfront, which are 3-hour meetups in select cities where employees meet with sellers and help them network with each other. eBay held the first eBay Upfront meetup in Miami, Florida on March 28th. Jay Hansen heads eBay Americas and described the event in a post on the eBay corporate blog, explained that at the Miami event he told attendees how eBay was building the most powerful marketplace, followed by a live Q&A session with new sellers, eBay sellers. And it goes on to say eBay representatives engaged with sellers in a roundtable discussion spanning payment options, shipping, selling tools, hard and soft goods, and the latest tech. He said the event concluded with the distribution of giveaways while sellers mingled over desserts and refreshments. I'm sorry, folks. I just got to get a drink of water over here for a second. I'm sorry about that, folks. It says here's what the schedule, what the event looks like. 6 to 6:30 p.m. Register and connect. 6:30 to 7 p.m. eBay presentations. 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. roundtable discussions. 8:30 to 9 p.m. desserts and other sweet things. eBay will hold 3 additional meetings this year in Dallas in April, Los Angeles in May, and in New York in October. And no, I will not be going there. If anyone's questioning and wants to know, if you guys are in the area and you want to check it out, go for it. But no, I will not be attending to any of these meetups here. Just like I don't go to eBay Open in Vegas every year. I have no plans to go in there. There are people that feel that if they go to these events that it's going to be beneficial to them, and to some people it may. To me, I think it would be, for me personally, this is me saying it now, it would be a waste of money because anything I want to learn, I'm going to learn it online anyway from other sellers. So the people that do go there and they get a takeaway from it, and if they want to share it with us, that'd be great. But me, I'll pass on that. But anyway, that's how I came about this one here, is from the Facebook group. So I just wanted to share it with you. And this was posted, I don't know if I said it, April 8, 2019. This was yesterday. So just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Okay, here's the next website I came across, and this is the one I was talking about. It's Selling on eBay Myths and Facts. This was posted October 19, 2015. I'm not going to expand too much. Just going to read the highlights about it, and the rest is up to you guys if you want to pick up. But let me give you the URL. It's www.webretailer.com. Now, mind you, this story was posted October 19, 2015. I know you're probably saying, a lot of people out there, he's posting old stuff. Well, sometimes you can get some good information from old, sometimes old information, it could be good information, I don't mind reading stuff that's, post-dated or predated, whatever, because like I said, you never know what, it could be of help to you. But anyway, let's just read the myths. Myth number 1, descriptions don't matter anymore. Some people think that eBay listing description isn't important now because it has been moved to a separate tab on the mobile eBay site and eBay apps. We all know how important mobile is for its buyers, making up to 34% of eBay sales, and are sure to grow further. I didn't do a recent research on that there. I'm sure it has grown. I don't know. I can't, justify this percentage here as far as eBay sales. It may have gone up. I don't know though, but it is an active hyperlink, so I don't know if it's if it's going to give you an updated information on that. But I want to share one thing with you guys. Whenever you go to sites like this, and not that I'm saying anything bad though, if you want to see just much how updated it is, always scroll to the bottom and see their copyright as to when they when this was here, like 2019, because sometimes you go to sites and you'll see that they have it might have not been updated. You know what I'm saying? I came across one like that recently. eBay had put it up on their link, and it's still posted over here. The copyright thing here on the website was 2016. I'm not saying that means anything, but it gives me a little heads up that maybe the website wasn't updated. So it doesn't hurt to check out to see if they updated their copyright thing here. This way, if you see that there, the information was pretty much updated, I know you're thinking right now, you're probably saying, well, this is from 2015, I understand that, but it's just to get a message across really quick here, because I think a lot of people, including myself, this came to my attention because of, I believe there are, certain, what do you call it there, variables in as far as making sales and stuff, so I just thought I'd share with you. All right, so we went over here. Which one? We just did this one here. Okay. So myth number 2, eBay buyers are all bargain hunters, which is true. All right. Now on this one here, it says 157 million active users. Now last time I did research on it, was 179 million active users. And I don't know, again, if that number, like I said, this is an older number here. I don't know if that includes the active sellers, because the last time I did a research on how many active sellers are on eBay, it was 25 million active sellers. So I don't know if that's all lumped into all one here. You know what I'm saying? I would think it would be, but they didn't. They should really do is kind of like decipher. But I guess it's kind of hard because when you think about it, the buyers are also sellers too. So, all right. Anyway, enough of that part. It says yes, some are dollar driven, by others but for others shipping is really important, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about at the end of this video here. Then it goes on to say, then some buyers want the best customer service, and others are willing to pay more for high quality and Q&A standards. eBay is huge. eBay is huge, and there is room for everybody. But then it goes on to say, but that doesn't mean you should pursue everybody. You cannot win them all. That's true, because this person that's going to deal with me is not going to get a win over on mine. Not that it's a great sale, but I just want to share that with you guys. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into this, expand too much in this topic. Let's go to myth 3. eBay, I heard this from other sellers now on different blog sites. Okay, so this here is myth 3. This one caught my attention because I do believe there is some validity in it, and I heard it pretty much in a roundabout way from an eBay teammate. Okay. In a roundabout way. It says eBay only wants the big sellers and brand names. Now, it goes over to say, in his speech at the eBay 20th anniversary convention, the eBay CEO Devin Wendick talked about what they want to now focus on, what they are now focusing on, the small and medium-sized merchants. It seems like a shift for them. Over the years, they have tried to imitate Amazon and bring the big merchants and the big brands. But now they've seen that the contradicts the spirit of eBay, which is still people for people, not brands for people. So they're shifting back to the core sellers, SMBs, and you can hear it in his speech, right? That's one of the things here. Now, the reason why I'm saying this caught my eye because I was talking to somebody on the eBay team there, and I did ask a roundabout question: do people are the sellers that have big numbers out there? They're selling thousands. They got listings, thousands of listings on their sites. Are they put up more? Are they put up better in search in regards to a small time operator like myself? And the person said, yes, that's true, that they are. The biggest sellers are that because let's stand to reason. If a guy like a little guy like me who's got 122 listings right now, as opposed to somebody that's got I don't know maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 lists, that's that many more items listed up there. And I'm sure if you type in something like that, his chances are far greater than mine to be caught up in search as opposed to my little 122 listings. But the thing is, if you want to make this a level playing field, regardless whether you're a big-time seller, a small seller, I think it should all be lumped into one where everybody should have that same, chance of getting noticed on eBay. And some people may say, well, everybody does. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Okay, I've done my own research where I looked up some of my own items in search, and I did a Google search and also on eBay. But this is what the person told me: if you're going to look up stuff, your item, me, my own personal items, look it up within eBay. And you'll see where your listing comes in, whether first place, second place, third place, whatever, as opposed to also doing on Google. But the reason why I do it on Google search, I want to see what people are doing. If they're searching on Google, do I fit in there? Am I going to be noticed on there? And in some cases, yes. In some cases, no. I've done it both ways. I've done it on eBay, and I've done it with Google. And to be honest with you. I do believe that there are, that the big sellers do get precedence with certain things. I'm not saying they get free promoted listings, but I do think that, because they are, they bring in more revenue for eBay as opposed to a little guy like me that hardly brings any sales in, which I really don't. I could see me, going down on the low on the totem pole, but I don't know. What do you guys think about with this stuff here? What do you think with this here? Do you think, what this person's talking about here is legit? Is it a myth or is it a fact, I don't know. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys. I don't know if you're familiar with this story here. I don't know if you're familiar with this website, but I just thought I'd give you, shout it out. Okay, the other one over here is myth 4. It says the Pasini search engine can't handle HTML. Now, you remember back then that we're talking about with certain things in your website, or I think it was the HTTPS. I know it's a little off. I'm going a little off track here, but I remember there was something along that line there where eBay, with the active content, it would not accept your program or whatever, or accept a listing or the active content if it had the HTTPS or P like that. You had the PS after it or something along that line. Just like you see now, if you look up to the far right of my corner on the web browser, you'll see it says HTTPS. That's basically the standard format now. I don't know about the HTTP. I think they got rid of that. But anyway, this one over here is saying the Pasini search engine can't handle HTML. eBay's current search engine, codenamed Pasini, launched at the end of 2013. There have been a lot of rumors about it can't handle HTML or long descriptions. We were concerned about because naturally Crazy Lister generates HTML to create its listing templates. So we contacted eBay to ask about the HTML and Pasini, and their formal answer was that it was completely bull. It was complete bull. Okay. All right. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, but if you guys don't want to talk about the HTTPS and versus the HTTP, I think you know what I'm talking about. I can't refer back to that far, because like I said, I didn't do my research as far as that part, but I know there was some kind of discrepancy between the two. But this one here, I did hear a little thing about the search engine. Again, this person, now remember, this company works with eBay, so, take it for face value if you read between the lines here, so to speak. Myth number 5, eBay selling limits mean you have to grow very slowly. Well, let me tell you something. If I grow any slow, forget about it. I mean, I my sales are so slow. Forget about it. I mean, I can't, and I don't understand. But anyway, It goes on to say you can at least double your limits every month for a fact. That's not slow, because within just 6 months, your selling limits can be 30 times higher than when you first started. Again, we are living proof that it is completely possible. We begin basically with nothing but an Israeli eBay account, which actually even has more listings than a US or UK account. We did not even have a local eBay site at the time, and we grew fast. Well, let me tell you something. I think on mine, as far as selling limits, now here's what the last time I checked my selling limits, I think I'm allowed up to 500 limits, posting 500 items. If you want to, and I think they give that to top-rated sellers, right? So now, if I want to, to increase that, I have to contact eBay and tell them once I hit the 500 limit, say, hey, listen, I can't do any more limits. Can you guys amp me up, and give me some more space there to to advertise or list? That would probably be at eBay's discretion. Okay, so that's the way I see it with that part there. As far as selling limits, mean to grow very slowly, but I don't know. All I know is that right now I looked at mine. And I can only sell up to 500 limit, 500 items on my my little store, whatever. But that's my limit. That's the limitation for me. But you can, inquire with eBay if you do go surpass that there and say, hey, listen, you guys gave me a 500 limit here. I could do 1,000. Can you amp me up and see what they say? Again, I don't know all the criteria. I don't know if you have to be a top-rated seller for them to do that. I don't know that. You would have to contact them and find out about that. I didn't get to that point, so as you can say, I only got 122 listings, right? Okay, so myth number 6: with your own eBay store, you will save all the fees. Listen, I'll put it this way: I have a small store to start a store, right? And if you do it yearly, it comes to $4.95 a month. You get 100 free listings, right? And the insertion fees, if you go over the 100 listings, it's 30 cents per listing, okay? Versus the 35 cents if you don't have a store. But here's the takeaway from this stuff, folks. Like a little thing I just want to share with you guys. If you don't want to make that investment of $4.95 a month, eBay, I think it's either the first or second of every month, they will give you 50 free listings every month, okay? It's only 50. It's not 1,000 or 500. It's 50, if you only understand. So if you want to feel the waters, if you're a new person coming into eBay and you're thinking, maybe I want to sell on eBay, I want to give it a shot, do the 50 first. Try it out. See if you like it, But remember one thing now, with the fixed pricing, and I think it's with the auctions as well, it's going to go to good to cancer. So if you do the 50 free listings, make sure you set it up where you got everything, you check it on a daily basis or close to the end of the 30-day mark, because what's going to happen is, if you don't check it, periodically, which you should, I check every single day, especially if you're getting close to the time that they're going to end, it's going to go to order renew, and they're going to relist all those 50 again. So you might say, all right, well, 50, what's 50, listings there, So if I do 50 listings at 30 cents a month, what's the big deal? What's it going to come out to, But you might want to check into that there. You always keep track of that, though. I do, what I'm saying? I make sure that I check my listings to make sure. So what does it come out to be? Roughly, it's what, $15. If you forget and you let them relist, it's going to cost you $15. But the thing is, with that, it's good to like I said, if you're going to feel the water, just check it out. What I would say is, when they end and you do get your 50 free, your next 50 free, try to put maybe a little bet up items up there, maybe a little higher priced. I've been selling a lot of low end stuff, and believe me, I'm thinking of, like, when they end, I would like to try to get higher end stuff to put up there, folks. So if you're going to get the free listings, the 50 free listings, use them sparingly and try to put up good stuff if you could. I would try to stay away from the small change items like, $4.99, $5.99. I got a lot of cheap items on there, and to be honest with you, I think once those items end, I don't think I'm going to be posting them anymore. So you might want to use it, very sparingly. If you're going to try to break hits, is what I'm talking about. Okay, myth number 7: it's impossible to compete with the Chinese sellers on eBay. Now this person might say, I beg to differ with them because, like I said, I believe it is hard. But let's see what this person says. Not all the Chinese sellers on eBay are the same, but they got a reputation now for crappy customer service, crappy quality, slow shipping, and so on. The only good thing that they can offer is a low price, and that's the thing. I have been pricing things and doing my own research on even some of the stuff I'm selling. And folks, let me tell you something. Because they charge so cheap that shipping, I don't know how they do it, how they're making the money. There was another seller talking about this once before on their YouTube channel about it. I don't know how they do it. Honest to God, I don't know how they do it. I mean, they're selling things so cheap that it's got to be the high volume, or they're getting it for like next pennies on a dollar or something, because I can't see it happening. Check it out for yourself. If you ever go to a site, look up a particular item, whatever. I don't know if it's electronics. And for example, I bought a smartwatch. I bought it, but this one was not bought on eBay. It was bought a top hat. I should have bought it on eBay. But if you know, eBay has that new thing now called under $10, right? I paid, well, anyway, on Top Hatter, I paid with the shipping included was $17 and change, okay? I got the smartwatch, used it for a while, it was working good. I think what happened was the battery is not good anymore, so therefore I don't use it. I think to me right now is a waste of money for 17 bucks. Basically, I threw like $17 down the drain. I don't know if the battery can be replaced in them. It doesn't hold a good charge, and it keeps defaulting back to 2017, and then I got to do the whole thing all over again, reprogram it again for it to work. So needless to say, I went back to my old Casio watch here, good old faithful, and it works good. But if you're going to buy a smartwatch, just you might want to spend money getting a better one. But anyway, the point I'm trying to get across is with that story. So when I did check out that under $10 thing, and you could see it on eBay, you could check it for yourself. I seen watches, the same exact watch I have, right, being sold for $7.99, $9.99 with free shipping. In some cases, I even seen it cheaper. And this is the thing that really gets me. I don't know how they're making money. It's got to be in volume, or like I said, they must be getting for so cheap, and they're working on a small profit margin. But I tell you, folks, as far as this person's talking about, yeah, they may not have a good rep as far as like their service may be bad, they get their quality's garbage, whatever, and so on. But let me tell you something. I myself are finding it difficult to compete with them. Okay, I don't know you guys out there if you are seasoned sellers. If you want to drop a comment below and let me know what you think, I'd love to hear what you have to say. But seriously, I can't compete with them. I can't. It's just I don't have the resources. I don't get the items cheap. So for me, it's I have to honestly, disagree with this person in regards if they're saying, let's see what else this person says here. Then it goes on to say here, this is because we are much better at a customer service. Okay, he's based that we're better communications basically, and we understand the Western customers much better, and we take responsibility for everything, whether it's our fault or not. That's so common with the Chinese business. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. I mean, as far as policy issues, yeah, I would think that the U.S. companies do better. I mean, I myself will always answer my customers and make sure they're happy. If they have questions, I try to respond to them right away. In most cases, like I said, as far as like when it comes to there is a gray area with that. When it comes to best offers, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video, yes, I try to accommodate my sellers or potential buyers, I should say, with good service as far as that part goes. But yes, I see what they're in that regard there, as far as like what the the services the U.S. sellers provide as opposed to the Chinese sellers. Yes, I would say we have a plus on that one. But anyway, let's go over here and see myth 8. eBay gives too much power to buyers. Now, I have a Facebook group, and a lot of people feel, and some other blog sites feel, that eBay does cater to the buyers. Now, it's not me saying it. I heard it many times before. eBay don't care about their sellers. They favor the buyers, and yada yada yada, and so on and so forth. Now, this person calls it myth 8. Okay, let's see. You can complain about the eBay's harshness all you want, but think of what they allow. Anonymous merchants from Thailand can do safe transactions with customers from Australia. For example, the power and protection they provide is huge. Anything that looks harsh to you as a seller is only meant to make life easy as possible on the buyers. Making the marketplace as safe an environment as possible for buyers increases sales overall. So then it goes on. So when you lose a dispute and you're angry, think of it as just cost of doing business online. I understand that. Now, here's the thing that people ain't happy with. I just went back to my Facebook group a little while ago, and now they're talking about some people are very upset with PayPal because now PayPal is going to start keeping the fees. If a buyer makes a return, I understand they're going to keep their fees. And some people, I might have it up here. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not going to expand too much on it there, but if I get a chance, I'll post it up later on. If not, another time. But they're not happy what's going on with PayPal, because now PayPal is going to start keeping your fees and stuff like that. The refunds. They're not going to refund you. They're going to keep it supposedly. So yeah, that's going to be a problem with that. But I don't. Like I said again, let's just keep moving on here. This is the last one. Myth number 9. eBay is weaker without PayPal. Well, it says some people believe that eBay became less a company when they split from PayPal. They took it at they look at it as eBay is losing a PayPal rather than PayPal losing an eBay. I have talked to people from other companies, and we're very excited on both sides. Even relieved that being a part opens new opportunities for both parties. Okay, from what I was reading, the new payment process that eBay is going to be introducing, which is going to be in full swing soon enough. Some people I heard are okay with it, and some people, such as myself, I would like to stick with PayPal. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but I've been with PayPal since the time its inception with eBay, and I never really had any problems with them. They always done good by me. Now people may say, well, that's because you're not experiencing the new changes coming. No, that's true. I am not experiencing the changes that are coming, but I definitely would like to keep PayPal as a preferred payment service. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about out there. Some of you may think, PayPal is okay, but they're a bunch of crooks or whatever. I hear so many negative things about PayPal, and people are very unhappy with it. I understand that, folks. But for the most part, I'm speaking on my own behalf. They've been pretty good to me. So I'm not going to knock the new company that eBay is going to implement into their system as far as for payment processing. If it's going to be a standard thing, a mandatory that we're all going to have to use it, well then I'll give you my views on that later on. My own opinions about how I feel about that. It's like anything else. It sounds good until you get screwed over, and then that's when all you wreak the havoc. As far as like you're going to hear a lot of people complaining. I wish I had PayPal back again, this, that, and the other thing, and yada, 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 and the story goes on and on and on. So I'm not here to knock them. I'm not here to knock PayPal or eBay. Whatever their decisions do, whatever they work out, it's what it's worked out. If that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. We can't do anything about it, right? Like they were saying, you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. So anyway, if you want to read more on this, you want to read more into it, I recommend you might want to check it out. Go to the web browser right here. Well, I gave you the URL. It's www.webretailer.com, and this is the story you're looking for, selling on eBay, myths and facts. Okay, check it out. The other one here is what I was talking about earlier. It goes over here. What is the science behind list more and sell more? This one came out 6/17/2015 here, and it goes on to say here, inquiring minds want to know. In 2013, after a 10-year break, I started selling on eBay again. On a new account, as I couldn't locate my old password at first. For about a year, my sales were pretty decent for a very small seller with near zero feedback, and I was selling an item every few days or so. This amount of sales was fine for me, as I was once again a newbie, just testing the waters. And at that point, I usually had about 20 to 40 items listed at any given time. It goes on to say here, I attribute my amount of sales I had back then to that the theory in which the new sellers were given a boost. Sales remained steady up until August 2014. Then they dropped off a cliff. It says from then I only sold about 1 to 3 items a month, if that. And then it got worse as I only sold 1 item in December, in January, nothing in February. And at that point, I let a lot of my listings run their course, and from February to April 1st, I only had 5 items listed. As a result, I sold just 1 item in March and 1 in April. And then it goes on to say here, towards the end of April, and I had no idea why, I decided to list a whole bunch of stuff. And by early May, I had about 60, 70 listings, the most I ever had listed. And all of a sudden, I started selling an item every few days again, just like in the early days. So what gives? Is it because the sales have picked up on eBay in general? Are people finding their way back to after hacking a scare? Are more people searching on a DuckDuckGo? Or is it because they have more than items? I have more items listed. I've heard many, many times on this board, list more, sell more, and is wondering if this is really true, and if so, how does that work? And then this person just replied, I'm not going to read all his replies again. I've been listing more. I have tripled my listings over the month. Things went well for the first 11 days of June, and now they drop. And now I'm at a drop off. No sales, not much traffic, no buyer questions. And you can read the rest of these here. I'm not going to get into that there. If you want to get this information, just go to the eBay community, and or you could just do a Google search about that there. If you list more, do you sell more? And that'll bring you to this window. Okay. Now, you ever get happy when you're selling an item, and you get a respond? All right. I always get these audible sounds in here because, these little chimes coming in on my iPad, on my iPhone, whatever, and on the computer when I'm home. So when you get this little audible sound and you say respond to offer, right? You click it on, and this is what it comes up with. Now let me give you a little feedback on this here, folks. This item, let me go back over here. Let me click this on. Well, actually, I don't want to do that just yet. Okay, let me go over here for a second here, and what I'm selling, and I want to show you something here really quick. Boy, oh boy. All right, let's go over here really quick here. All right, now I wanted to show you the thing here if I can find it here. I'm not doing a segue, folks. You're probably thinking, oh, the guy. But if you do want to buy anything, you're more than welcome. What I'm looking for is that item here. All right, let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's around here. This is the one. Now, see this here? All right. I have it down for $7.99. Okay, it's 1,000 piece. It's brand new. Okay. So I get a respond, respond to offer. I click it on. Now, mind you, they got to pay. Look at the shipping cost. Now, this is going to be going to Columbus, Ohio. Okay. $7.99, brand new puzzle. All right. Get the offer from the buyer. Offer price $1.99. Right? Buyer message. And can you agree to the shipping cost of $3.99? I have to honestly say, folks, I mean, you know what I'm going to do, right? You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely decline the offer. And I'll do it live. I'm not going to even bother countering. Now, I don't normally tell people what I get, what I buy the items for, but I'm going to share this one with you, okay? I'm going to share this with you guys. First off, I had this item was purchased back in December 31st, 2017. That's how long ago this was purchased. I bought it at my local thrift store. It was on sale with 50% off. I paid $2.69 for it. And it came out to be $1.34 for this item. Okay. So I got it listed for $7.99. The buyer's offering me $1.99. I paid $1.34 for it. And when you list the fees, right? If I set it to $1.99, I paid $1.34 for it. That's 65 cents, right? It comes out to be 65 cents. Then you put the insertion fee in there, which is 35 cents back then, right? It comes out to be a whopping 3 cents. Now, to ship this item, right? To ship it to that person, I have over here. I don't know what this is. I think this is how much it would cost me, because that's what it looks like. When I listed the item, right, for this, when I checked out the postage on here, it was going to cost to ship to Columbus, Ohio, right? A 2-pound package, because they rounded off, $9.45. The buyer wants me to pay, they want me to charge them $3.99. So, in other words, it's going to cost me $5.45 to ship it to them. So, you know what I have to say to that, right? This is what I have to say to it, folks. Bingo. There it goes. Decline the offer. That's it. When a person insults me like that, that is a total insult. And let alone for the person to actually had the audacity to ask me to the shipping cost of $3.99. Here it is. You can see it's live. That's why I saved it to the end. All right? There is no way I'm going to, adhere to her offer and go to that and be. It all I can say is it upset me very much. I mean, now some people, let me bump out of here. Now some people may say, Rich, you're making a big thing out of nothing. No, because I'll tell you why it's upsetting. I had that happen a couple of times. Okay? I had it one time, and I'll share this story with you for those who are new, who haven't heard it. I had a little souvenir item up there on eBay. I think it was for, I don't know, $4.99, maybe $3.99. The buyer, potential buyer, makes an offer. Now, mind you, the thing is like $3.99, I think it was. It might have been $3.99. It doesn't matter. It was either $3.99 or $4.99. Cheap enough. $1. They offered me $1. Plus, they had the audacity, folks, to ask me, and you pay for the shipping. Am I crazy? I mean, am I crazy? I mean, seriously, I'm not making this stuff up. The buyer, just like this buyer, but this buyer, well, at least they want to offer something, but they want me to, well, actually, they want me to ship it for $3.99. I want me to drop the price down, for $3.99. I can't do it, folks. This booklet I have here, this little book, is when I started selling on eBay. Right, so it has in here from the things I bought, cost, profit, and what I bought, what it sold for, I bought it for, what it sold for, and the profit. This book here, I need this here. I had to look it up. I wasn't sure what I paid for it. I thought I paid $2 for that puzzle. Came out to be $1.34. Folks, the reason why it's upsetting and I feel insulted is because how can a person actually make demands like that? I mean, shipping's expensive. It's getting costly, right? It's a big puzzle. The box may be big. Now, here's the thing. Now, when I ship a puzzle out, especially if it's brand new wrapped in the plastic, I use the craft paper. I don't put it in the box. Now, people say, well, yeah, you may be thinking, but if you don't put it in the box, it's going to get crushed. No, I've been doing that right along. I've been selling board games and puzzles. Needless to say, once these puzzles are gone, I'm not buying any more puzzles or board games because I'll tell you the truth, folks, they sit and linger and linger and linger. They don't go anywhere. That was purchased December 31st, 2017. We are now in April 9th, 2019. Okay? And it's still sitting there because I just declined that offer. No, but seriously, it'll probably be another year. Who knows? I don't know. I got to wait for the right buyer to come along. If people are saying, well, what would you accept for that there? I don't know. I don't want to throw a number out there because, whatever. I'm not saying if I throw a number out there, you guys will. Whatever you feel is good price, as long as it's reasonable. But folks, the shipping needs to be paid. I can't sell something, take a lowball offer, and then you want me to pay the shipping and stuff like that, or take a price reduction in shipping. I can't do it. But you see what I'm saying? How I broke it down? That's what it'd be. I paid $1.34 for it. The buyer wants $1.30. Offer me $1.99 for it. If you paired in the profit, which is 65 cents, and then the 35 cents listing, a big whopping 3 cents. I'm going to close up shop today. I did so good today. I'm going to close shop. Come on, give me a break, folks. Give me a break. Look, I know buyers want to save money. I want to make money. You want to save money. I want to make money. I'm not doing this here. I don't get on eBay and list the little things I have here just for the heck of it. I'm trying to make a go out of it. And like I said many times before, folks, For those who are considering selling on eBay, getting off of that other topic, you may want to think twice about it. Okay. Now, as far as like all the myths and all that other stuff, the myths and facts about eBay, remember one thing: the information that was posted in that web retailer dates back to 2015. Now, if you look fast forward, some of that stuff is coming to light. Okay. And meaning, what I mean coming to light is there are certain people out there or certain groups or whatever for your blog sites that you go to, people are finding it hard to make money with this here. And it's only getting worse and ain't getting better. And in regards to the Chinese sellers versus the U.S. sellers, look at their stuff. Look at the stuff that you pick up in store. I have picked up a few items that time. And to be honest with you, when I did my research on it, I've done it in the store as well, but I seen prices, and that's another thing too. You can't just go by. I know people say, well, you got to go by sold. You can't go by the listing prices, what people listed for and sold for, two different things. But it's true. Maybe I might have messed up on that part. But anyway, when I purchased the item and I brought it home, I started doing my research on it, and I see what other people are selling, and basically it was the Chinese sellers. They're selling the same item so dirt cheap. There's no way, especially going through a thrift store and buying from them. I don't get the things that cheap. The half price sales, they come far and few. They're not all the time. Okay, they might, and they might happen on the holidays, like maybe 4th of July. The local thrift store saying we're having a 50% off to all the VIP members, which I am a VIP member. Big deal. All right. All right, to some people who don't subscribe to it, they pay full price, and then the people that do have it, you get half, which is good. I'm not knocking it, but it's not like you're gonna go in there, make a killing, because half of the stuff they got in there is everyday things. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. In regards to buy more, sell more, if you list more, you sell more. I beg to differ with that, folks, and I'll tell you why. I have done what that person was talking about, and this is why. I don't believe, like they say, it's a myth or a fact. I believe in some cases it's inaccurate. What that in that particular story is inaccurate. And I'll tell you why. Because I had up to close to almost 400 items listed on eBay. I was doing just like they say: list more, sell more, offer free shipping, lower your prices, and you name it. Whatever eBay was telling me to do back then, it did nothing. I had all my items, because they said, oh, free shipping helps out, it gets sales. I went in there, did a bulk edit. I put all 300 and something, almost 400 items listed. I put them all on free shipping. And people said, well, how long did you give it? I gave it like a couple of weeks. And I wasn't getting any sales. That's the thing that got me. I wasn't getting any sales. So I said to myself, why am I wasting my time with this here? Again, it was a waste of time. It didn't do anything for me. And like I said again, in regards to the more you list, the more you sell. If you guys out there, if anybody out there has wants to challenge that, please drop a link, or drop it in a comment below. Not a link, drop a comment below, and let me know how you really did out there. Tell me, do you think from what I'm telling you is nonsense, or do you believe what I'm telling you, or you think it's maybe what that guy was saying the website is all BS? I don't know. All I know is I've been trying those things, folks, and to be honest with you, it hasn't been an easy ride, and it still ain't. Okay, I just listed a few more items. Sunday I think it was, Sunday or Monday. I listed I think four more items. All right, now they just listed. People say, well, you got to give it a little time to get exposure. I understand that. But there are people watching. There are people watching. I'll tell you why. One time I was selling a Bakelite phone. Those old phones like from the 50s or 60s, whatever. Somebody must have either had me on their watch list. All I know is I came home from the thrift store that day, and I had, I think it was like a turquoise type. It was a blue phone, but the old one, the Bakelite phones. And I listed that on eBay. This is a true story too. I know it's probably in the book somewhere here. I don't know when I bought it, but I know I bought quite a few of them. And anyway, within 15 minutes, it sold. And that ain't the first time. That ain't the first time it happened to me. I was selling ink for an HP printer. I don't remember which make it was. And the same thing. I put it up. Within a half hour, the cartridge ink sold. Now, somebody, again, they may say, people may say, well, those are probably the people that follow you. they're checking it out, whatever, seeing that you were putting that stuff up, and that's what they were looking for. All I know is that I had items up like that there, and they sold within a reasonable time. So people do watch. But the only thing I'm saying is in regards to, not to contradict myself, but I believe, in my personal take, that in regard to list more and sell more, I don't necessarily believe that, because I've tried all that, and to be honest with you, I never seen a big improvement in sales, folks. Now, people might say, bake the difference, say, well, maybe it's the items you're selling, maybe you're pricing them too high. I don't get the stuff cheap. Okay, when I go to stores, I was just looking at some of that book there. When I go to the thrift stores and I look at the items I'm getting, I'm paying a full price for them. Now, some people will say, well, go to yard sales or garage sales. Well, you can't go to yard sales or garage sales in the middle of winter. Okay, it just ain't going to happen. Yeah, and I don't have enough inventory. Well, I don't have enough inventory that's going to hold me over till summertime. So, there's only certain things you could do. Yeah, they may have indoor flea markets or whatever place like that, but none around here. I'm in Long Island. I'm in New York. All right, I'm in the suburbs. So I don't know of too many places where you could actually go indoor and pick up stuff unless you go to the local thrift stores. That's about it. And again, the only time you can do pretty decent in there is when they have 50% off days. I've never seen a 75% off day. It's always 50%. That's it. That's their limit. They do have during the week, I think it's either Mondays or Wednesdays, whatever it is, where they offer 25% as long as you have the VIP app on your cell phone. But that's it, 25%. I mean, it's something, But again, that's another problem with those thrift stores too. I talked about this once before. The thrift stores now are pricing the stuff what they see on eBay. I remember going to a thrift store a while back with my brother. We were in there because he sells too, and he picked up an item. I don't know if it was a Sony camera or whatever it was, a little handheld camera, and he looked it up, and he goes, Rich, he goes, check this out. He goes, what eBay is selling it for, that's what it's selling for on eBay. I mean, in the thrift store. No, what he said. He said, what the thrift store is selling it for, that's what it's selling for on eBay. So how are you going to make money like that? If you're buying it for a high price, with the price that the thrift store is selling it for, and then you're going to get it, bring it home, and it's competition's there, I've been watching some people on eBay that sell similar items to what I have, and I'm watching that clock tick. They got the timer like so many minutes left. When it's getting close to the listing to end, and I'm looking, no buyers, nothing. I'm watching it, not all the time. I just do it on certain items because I'm curious to see if that item's going to sell. And I'm watching that thing tick, 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 back and forth going, right? Until it's finished, item ended, no sales. So, I don't know what to tell you guys out there. All I can say is this. In closing, I say it many times before, and I'll keep on saying it. Whatever you do, folks, this is just words to the wise. If you want to hear me out, that's up to you. I personally would not quit my day job to pursue a career on eBay. I mean, people might say, well, that's people don't want to hear that. But folks, as I said it before, and I'll say it again, for those who follow me on this YouTube channel, I do not sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is. I'm not going to come out here and tell you I'm doing phenomenal when I'm not. I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? If you want you want to hear honest, content, a person talking about it, and you want good, clean content, you want to hear it from me, I'm going to tell you just like it is, folks. I am not going to come out here and do a YouTube video just to, take up your time and take up my time. It takes a long time to do this stuff, to do the research and figure this out. When I was looking at this book, because I didn't have it cataloged properly on my system, it took me like 10-15 minutes to find it, because there's quite a bit of it. Doesn't look like much, but there's a lot of stuff listed in here. It dates back to 2016. So I'm going from page to page to page. I'm sitting there saying, where is this? And I write very small, and I have my glasses on. I'm looking. I'm saying, holy jeez, I know I listed it, because anytime I buy stuff in a thrift store, I always put down what I got it, what I paid for it. If it had 25% or 50% off, I always make sure I mark it in there, So it took me maybe 10-15 minutes to find it, actually, But it should have been on the computer. If I had it on the computer, I could have had it like that. But that's my fault. But then again, folks, like I said again, I don't, if you come on this channel, you're not going to hear me talking, I'm not going to throw stuff out there just to take your time up and just to make it sound good. If I'm doing good with eBay, I'll tell you guys, yes, it's been a good week. It's been a good week, slow week, no sales, slow sales, snail sales. But I tell you this though, I just want to leave this with you before I hang out, close out this video. Here's what I always tell people. Okay, if you're going to pursue this, okay, first off, if you're going to come into it, come in with as little debt as possible. Meaning, if you got credit card debt, credit card bills, if you could, try to pay them off. If you got a car note, try to pay that off if you could. Mortgage is one thing. If you have a mortgage on a house, well, that's something that's got to be paid, of course, and you got all the other expenses. But try to get rid of the two that are going to put a little dent in your pocket. Credit cards. Hopefully you don't have a lot of credit card debt, and if you could pay your car payment, or if your cars, you got a car note, try to pay that off as well. What I'm trying to say is enter this business with as little debt as possible. Okay, that's what I did. I don't have any credit cards, and thank God when I was working long enough before I got laid off in 2016. I was working long enough to pay my car off, so I don't have a car note. I just have to pay the insurance and maintenance, whatever. But as far as that part goes, but the thing is, you want there, and the reason I'm saying this, folks, is because with eBay, I don't care what anybody tells you, you're going to have ups and downs, slow days, busy days. You may have a lot more slow days than busy days, because I can tell you right to boot. Now, the stuff I might be selling is probably not in high demand. All right, and maybe that's why I have slow sales or no sales. Okay. I'm lucky. And here's the other thing. Here's the other takeaway from it. You know what you need to survive with to live. Okay? If you're going to do eBay, you're going to figure out before you get into it, like I said, I wouldn't quit my day job. That's totally up to you. Figure out what your monthly expenses are going to be. I hope you got some money squirreled away. Put some money away, because you're going to need it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to need it. And as far as going out, sourcing every day, listing every day, you want to do that, go right ahead. My take on that is, this is my take on it. If I have, which I do, I have 122 items listed and nothing is selling, why in God's name am I going to want to go out to a thrift store, buy more items to list, okay, and tie up that money that I could be using to pay off whatever kind of bill you have, or whatever, if you do have a credit card? Why would I want to tie that money up, spending $200 or whatever it is for that day, the week, or whatever, when I'm going to need that money at the end of the week, or at the end, I should say, at the end of the month? People, you got to be careful, because I'm telling you from first-hand experience, and I don't mean to sound like a pessimist, but as I said once before, I tell it like it is. And some people may not like it, they may not want to hear it, but I'm telling you like it is. And right now, the way things are going, unless there's some kind of divine intervention that happens soon, I need to go back to the 9-to-5 job. I have to. Because I'm not saying, well, people may say, well, maybe you didn't calculate it right. Maybe you didn't. No, I have everything on paper, pen and paper. I figured everything out. Look, I didn't quit my job. The job quit me. They laid me off. I didn't quit them. They laid me off. 1,000 of us got laid off. Our jobs went overseas. I loved my job. I loved it. Had a pension, 401k, paid holidays, bonus, and everything like that. You name it. I had a whole complete package plan. Gone like that, folks. Okay? Don't make a mistake. And, I know a lot of people, I'm not saying they get deceived, but when you see all these things, hey, even I myself, I try to be a clear thinker when it comes to things like that. My father had a saying, God rest his soul, believe what you see and only half of what you hear. Now, we see it. I see it on YouTube whenever I'm following the YouTube sellers. Hey, they'll come on, this is what I sold, and they're showing you their sales sheets there. The sales stats, or this is what I made on eBay this week, this month, 6,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's them. That ain't you and I, right? I'm not saying I don't know you. I'm just saying, but I know it ain't me. Okay, let's put it that way. I can't say for you, but that ain't me. Okay. First off, if I was doing that good as far as that part, I'm not going to sit there showing you my financials on a thing that, on eBay for the whole, or YouTube for the whole world to see it, that's not nobody's business. Should be nobody's business. And you shouldn't have to, the thing is, you shouldn't have to post things like that to prove to other people that you're doing good. All you got to say is, I'm doing good. I followed a reseller. I'm not going to mention him. It's a husband and wife deal. And he was doing an open call thing there where, like I guess a webinar or whatever, one of those things there, where they have a live chat. And he was saying that one time, he was talking about it, that some people ask, so how much do you make? Are you making, how much do you make to sell on eBay? And he said, I said, that's kind of personal. He goes, I make a comfortable living. Let's put it that way. Right away people want to know what you're making. So you know what it is? It's like, well, if they're doing that, I could do it too. It's just like me saying, well, if I came out here and told you I just made some summation up, I threw something off the top of my head. I made $10,000 this month, selling yada yada yada, whatever. You're gonna get that person. That guy, he made $10,000 a month. I mean, first of all, you don't have to throw figures out there. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You could just say to a person, listen, I did good this month. It's a pretty good month, Or people shouldn't ask you what you make. Anyway, I mean, could you imagine go to your job? Hey Fred, how much do you make? You're a VP. How much do you make? Or hey Charlie, how'd you do today? How'd you do on your bonus? What'd you get for your bonus there? I didn't get much. Oh, how much did you get? It's not nobody's business. I can never understand people doing that there. I really don't. I mean, it's, maybe I'm wrong to think that way, but I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. That's personal. What difference does it make? I mean, yeah, you could find out what people make if they well, it's just like if you type a person's name in on Google. I'm talking about a popular person, a person that's, like a guy like Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos. Someone types in there, Bill Gates' net worth or Jeff Bezos' net worth, it's going to come up. You're going to get it. You're going to hear it. Plus that, it's also sometimes you hear about it's peppered out there in the news as well. Not that it makes a difference. Who cares? Who cares how much other people are worth? It's like, what am I worth right now? What am I doing? But I'm telling you, folks, if you're going to get involved with this here on eBay selling, be strategic in your thinking. Make sure you got all your bases covered, and like the old saying goes, all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Because let me tell you something. I've heard too many stories from too many people saying the same thing. It's hard to do. It's hard to make it. I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. I'm not telling you not to. The only thing I'm saying I wouldn't do is quit my day job. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see people, fall into a trap and think, this is the gateway to an open business and I'm going to be successful within a year's time. Yeah, you hear all these stories. There's no doubt about you. You'll hear these stories. They pop up every now and then. I was just doing the reseller news, last week, a couple of days back, and they were talking about the rundown and stuff like that. I think it was on Tame Bay News, and they said eBay made 1,000 millionaires from selling on eBay. What are you selling? Can I be in on it? I would like to be a millionaire too. I think it was in one of the reseller news that was talking about it. I think Tame Bay was the company that posted it. You could probably just type it in there in a Google search, eBay reseller. But I think the ones in the UK though. I think those were sellers in the UK sellers, I believe it was. I think 1,000 of them became millionaires or something like that, something along that line. And I sit here sometimes, I'm baffled. I sit here thinking of things, or trying to conjure up ideas. Say, wait a minute, maybe if I do this, or that'll work, or maybe if I do that. I mean, it's like juggling balls. I mean, how many can you do at the same time? If I'm not doing research on YouTube, I'm trying to do research on the items I have, changing categories, price dropping. I mean, I'm doing everything humanly possible, folks. Seriously. I mean, people may say, well, you can't call me a outright pessimist because I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game. I'm still selling on eBay. I'm here. I'm still here. Until I actually close shop up or close my account that permanently, go elsewhere, I'm still in the game. So people can't classify me and say, well, this guy's a pessimist, because I'm not. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. Okay, I'm right now on eBay. You could check my listings out there. It's 122 listings there. So I'm not. It's not like, well, this guy is I'm not contradicting myself. I'm on there. I'm on. Like I said, I got those listings there. So I'm not. I'm not. You know, I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. If I sound like a pessimist to people, I apologize. It's just that I don't want to see people get the wrong idea and constantly think that, this is it. That's it. Like, you get up one morning saying, you hate your job and I can't stand the people I work with. I don't like this, that, and the other thing. And I'm going to give my 2 weeks notice in. And I used to hear on eBay radio and I used to sit there bewildered. I said to myself, oh my God, this person will come on eBay radio and he'll sit there saying, hey, guess what? I'm quitting my job. I gave my 2 weeks notice in. And I'm like, oh my God. I go, to myself, I hope this person's is financially going to be set, because to do this, not making money every day, folks, and I'm being upfront and honest with you guys, I am not making money every day right now. And that is the scary part. And you know what else is scary? When the end of the month comes in and the bills come in. All right? And when you don't have that money at the end of the month to pay the bills, that's scary as hell. Okay? Now, I don't know. There are a lot of people, it's funny. I like to share this information with, it's funny. When I type on YouTube or even Google search, can people make a living on eBay? Sometimes you come up with certain things. If you type it on YouTube, I never hear, at least I'm not typing in the right, when I'm typing in the right words or whatever, or saying it right, I never see people say, I'm not doing good on eBay, I'm quitting eBay. I haven't seen them anyway. I haven't. But all I know is there are people out there that, I'm quite sure, and some of the community chat boards, there are people out there, I've read a couple of them on there, where people were not making the money they were making. And the stories were very sad. Okay, people were sad. It was scared because they weren't going to have money to pay their bills, not going to pay their doctor bills or whatever it was, or buy food. There's always things of that nature, and that's the sad part about it, folks. I think a lot of people have they got the wrong impression with it, and I really do feel bad for them. I feel bad for myself, to be honest with you. But really, think about what you're going to do with this here. But it's a scary situation to be in. It really is. And when you're not making money every day, it's sad. That's all I can tell you, folks. It's sad, and you might really want to think about what you're going to do. Seriously, if you're going to do it, just in closing this part out, what I would do, like I said again, if you do want to break into this here, or you like the idea of online selling, do it on a part-time basis, a hobby basis, or if you're just going to do it to supplement your income. Because right now, folks, I wish I could tell you it was either any one of those. It ain't. It's not a hobby. It's not a second income. It's not even a part-time venture right now. That's how bad it is. And I'm not trying to just make you think differently, but I have to tell it like it is. Some people don't want to come on YouTube and say stuff like this here or talk about that. People will come out and talk about how much they make on eBay, but they won't tell you how much they lost, or if they're not making any money on eBay. And here's the other thing, just to leave this in your mind. When people say, I'm doing eBay full time, I said this in a couple of my other videos, do they have a secondary income coming in? If it's a husband and wife team, and I know a couple of them, where the husband stays home and the wife works, I know it's kind of crazy to say, it shouldn't be the other way around. It is, in some cases it is. But there's a couple, I know, where the husband stays home and the wife works. She's got a decent job. And they live in a cheaper state than New York, I can tell you that. All right, I'm not going to give into names and stuff like that. Then there's another couple I know, or that I follow personally, that live in a foreign country, and it's a husband and wife team, and supposedly they, quote unquote, do it full time. And there's another one that has it where the wife stays home and the husband works. He's got a good job. So what I'm trying to say is, with those incidents, that there's always an income coming in. So If you're not making money, it doesn't matter. If your husband has a good job, maybe he's a VP somewhere, I don't know, maybe he's an executive in a big corporation, or whatever it may be, whatever his job is, he's making that money to support the family, put food on the table, pay the mortgage, car notes, college funds, whatever. It's covered. So yeah, if that's the situation, I could come out. Well, I'm doing it now, but it may not be for long. But I'm just saying, I could do the same thing. You know, any person that's got a secondary income could do the same thing. I'm doing this here full time. Well, does your wife work? You got a job? What's the situation? Everybody's got different situations. But I'm just trying to say, that's what you always got to keep in mind too. When you hear people saying I'm doing full time, is there a second income coming in? Some people do it because they love the idea of selling on eBay. They love it. I love it. It's fun. It's so much fun. Well, some people I hear, paid for my vacation to Disney World. He must have been doing a lot of sales because you know how expensive he's going to Walt Disney World is. I heard the tickets are very expensive now. From the time we took our kids there, it was, I don't know, it was a lot cheaper than what I heard the price is now. And we were there for about a week and a half maybe. I know it was a while back when kids were little back then, but it's not what the prices are today. So if these people are saying, it helps, we took vacations or we paid off our car or it helped us pay off our credit card. I'm not saying that stuff is impossible. But there's probably far and few in between that those stories have validity to them. So, look, I mean, you guys are going to do what you're going to do anyway. But like I said again, I tell it like it is, folks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. And if you want to hear the straight information, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm not gonna sit here and conjure up stories just to make videos. That's not what I'm all about. And for those who do subscribe to my channel, or if you happen to hit my channel for whatever reason, maybe you were searching something and you just, or maybe the thumbnail caught your eye. You said, let me go see what this guy's all about. I hope you do like the content I put out. On this channel, it's very diversified. I do talk about the reseller news. I talk about other different things as well. I do not discuss religion or politics, and there's no profanity on it. I consider my channel a kid-safe channel, meaning that if you have kids hanging around and your computer is in your dining room, living room, kitchen, whatever, and you happen to tune me in, you don't have to worry about me coming out with the F-bomb and using profanity, because that's not what I'm all about, folks. That is not what I'm all about. I do not do that. And the reason why I don't discuss religion and politics, those are two touchy subjects. Yes, I do have my own political views, and I have my own religious beliefs. There's nothing wrong with those channels. I don't, I'm not have anything against them or against those topics. I just don't want to discuss it on my channel. I want to keep this an open forum where people can come and go, come and talk about different things. Well, I mean, if you want to bring different topics into picture, drop it in a comment below. If you want to see me talk about different things, I'll be more than happy to talk about different things. I don't mind. That's why I like doing this YouTube channel. That's why I at one time it was just used to be the Reseller News, and then I said, you know what? Why not call it Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini? This way, it talks about different topics. And I like to share my opinions and thoughts on different things too. And so sometimes I may just pop a video out there on a spur of the moment. So for those who do subscribe, and if you do hit that bell notification icon, you may see a video pop up. You might say, oh no, not that guy again. What's he talking about now? No, I'm kidding, but no, seriously. I like to talk about different things, how-tos, cooking things. I have a couple of cooking videos, not much, only 2 I think I put out there, sharing some ideas, how to fix certain things and stuff like that. It's a very diversified channel. I don't want to just be zoned in on one thing. Although, some cases, it seems like the people that do stay, keep this channel simplified, a lot of people will tend to go back over and over again, because I guess as a person like me that talks about different things, it may turn some subscribers off. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, I'd hope you like to have a diversified channel, like when you come to me, because you don't know from day to day what I'm going to be talking about. So I would think by coming to a channel that has different topics or different interests, it might bring more subscribers to the channel because they want to say, hey, listen, this guy's talking about this today. I like to talk about digital photography, you know. So there are other things I like to talk about besides reselling and talking about eBay. You know, I'm not saying it's anything wrong talking about eBay, but you know, it's like it's nice that, what does it say? Spices the variety of life. It's nice to like keep it interesting. Talk about different things, you know. I think sometimes people lose interest in that. Who knows? Maybe people might lose an interest in my YouTube channel just because I do talk about different topics. Maybe they're not into the topics I'm talking about. You know. Maybe if I was a gaming channel, maybe I'd have more subscribers. Maybe I'd have thousands of subscribers if I had a gaming channel. But I don't play games right now. I used to play PS2. I was very good at Medal of Honor, the first one I was. And that was really a fun game, but I gave it up. I sold all my games. I sold the console and everything because I don't have time to play games. You know, I don't have time to play games like that anymore. I'm spending too much time on this, doing videos, doing research with eBay, trying to do the reseller news and stuff like that. So, you know, a lot of my time that I could have had a little leisure is gone. And that's the other thing too. If you're going to do eBay on a full-time basis or a YouTube channel, you're going to have to put time into it, folks. You have to put a lot of time into it. When I say doing research on eBay, I mean, I'll go back into my listings and see when I do research, you know, if I'm listing something, let's say I'm listing a Sony camera, a digital camera. I'm doing research on it. I'm going out there in Google. I'm typing in, see who's selling what. Is it selling on Bonanza? Is it selling on Amazon? And then I try to look at the price points to see who's selling what. It's the same thing, the condition. What are they getting with it? You know? And I try to do things of that nature. And then if necessary, I will go in there, change the whole title around, change the whole category, reword the description. You know, maybe the pictures need to be a little photo enhanced. But for the most part, it's a lot of work. The same thing with YouTube. You know, I got to do research on YouTube too. That's why I watch those guys over there. Sean Cannell, I watch vidIQ, TubeBuddy, Daryl Leaves, Nick Nimmons. These are the people I follow to try to learn how to increase and boost more subscription and more view time, watch time on my channel. You know, it's not easy. And let me tell you something else. I mean, as much as I talk about eBay being, you know, like kind of like a, you know, hard to get into as far as like an established business, YouTube is not that easy either, folks. And I didn't go into YouTube with the intentions that I'm going to be the next, you know, PewDiePie. Have what's he got? 93 million subscribers, whatever. I like Felix; he's a good guy and stuff like that. But yeah, am I going to be like that? No, probably never will. My whole whatever years I have left on this world, I probably will never be that. You know, get to that stage in life. But you know, one never knows. One never knows. You know, you might not get to that stage, but if you keep trying enough, learning, research. Try to find out what people are, you know, what they want on a YouTube channel, what they're looking for. A lot of science to that too. There's a lot of metrics to that too to learn, you know, as far as like to figure that one out too. It is because a lot of people sit there doing, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and next thing you know, the channel bombs out. And there's a lot of changes come with that. Just as the changes come with eBay, there's also changes come with YouTube. They're changing their system platform around a little. But it is what it is, folks. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. I hope you like my channel. I hope you like the content I put out. And if you did get a takeaway from it, if you found it to be helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be updated on the videos I put out, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And mostly, if you want to be updated as far as when I post new videos out, don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye.